are BBC Coventry and Warwickshire.
Chris Nicoll is with me, and the creator of the Reaper.
Yes, myself and Colin.
Is this the only Reaper race in the world?
There is a similarly named race in, I think it's in Oregon in the United States,
okay.
but we are the only one in Britain. We're not the only obstacle course race, obviously, or obstacle course run, I should say, but we're the only Reaper, yeah.
Who's Colin?
Colin is a long-time friend of mine and my Reaper business partner.
Right.
And he is as responsible as I am for it all coming to fruition, really. Tell you in 30 seconds how it all came around?
Go on.
Yeah, basically, there's another event which I did a few years ago called the Tough Guy.
Yeah.
And Colin came to me and he said, you've done the Tough Guy, haven't you? I really want something to aim for. I need to get fit again. I need something to train for. Will you come and do the Tough Guy with me? So I said, absolutely, no problem. About 2 weeks later, he phoned me. He said, do you know how much it is to enter the Tough Guy? And I said, yeah, I do. Yeah. He said, we can do our own. And I said, what do you mean we can do our own? We can do our own event.
So it was a cost-cutting exercise. It started as
It started as cost-cutting exercise, and we are significantly less expensive than the race I mentioned to enter.
Yeah.
But I said to him, what's going to be our USP? And he said, I don't know. I said, let's do it at night. So at this point in time, we're the only obstacle event which is done in the night, in the dark. Other events that have partly dark courses, partly lit courses, there are off-road runs in the dark, but we're the only obstacle run in the truly dark. We have a day event as well on the same day, so we have quite a lot of people do both. You know, they turn up, they do the day run, they learn the course, and then they come and do it in the night, running around the woods just with their head torches. And there are a few extra surprises at night. Obviously, being called the Reaper, you might expect somebody dressed in a big black coat to jump out and chase you, which might happen. I would hate to put people off, but it's on the cards. So that's how it came about, really.
Fantastic. So how long is it?
It's around 10 kilometres, and so it's only 6 miles. Bob, 6 months training, you'd be there, mate.
6 months training, I'd be in a grave, I'll tell you that.
No,
so
you won't.
It's in the dark, and it's over 6 miles.
Yeah, 6.2 miles is 10 kilometres, so it's about 6 miles. We have the day race in the light, and the night race on the same day, which the next one is actually Saturday, the 18th of October.
Does anyone enter both?
Yeah, absolutely.
Day and night?
Absolutely, yeah. There'll be about a 2-3 hour window between the day and the night race, so people can have a drink, have a rest, have something to eat, and then get their head torches on for the night race. So absolutely. And it's local. I mean, our next one is at the Heart of England Conference and Event Centre, so that's Meriden.
Yes, I know
so
it well.
Very, very close. So yeah, very much so. Both races, or choose one. I think for people who are a little bit less sure of themselves, probably the day race is the way to start. And if they finish the day race and say, Chris, I just have to stay and do the night race, we'll sort them out. We'll hook them up with a ticket. That's not a problem.
Fantastic. So when you call it the Reaper, obviously you have to toughen it up, and a lot of these endurance races now, they're similar. They're getting
they can be. I think from my experience of doing other events, which I do kind of partly for my own satisfaction and partly as market research, all events have a slightly different character because they're different people building the course, different terrain, and so they're of a similar ilk, but they will all have their own twist, and that keeps it fresh, keeps it interesting.
So at the Heart of England, are you allowed to go up there and build your own obstacles?
We go up there, we take about a week to build obstacles. I don't know if you have been there recently, but they've got a lake.
Oh yeah.
So
they had a beach, and
they did have a beach. Yeah. The beach was good for us, but the beach is now gone.
Yeah.
So we use the lake and we use the woods, and there's a lot of open ground there as well. So it's a good course.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it is a good course. So what kind of obstacles will you build?
Well, we build basically. I don't want to give you all the secrets because if you want to know for sure, you have to come along. But we build things that you can climb over. We build things that you can crawl under or through. There will be a lot of mud. There will be a lot of water. There will be slides into the water. That's always a good favourite. Okay. So a good variety. We try and have a variety of obstacles, but also because we're obviously fitness based, we want to give people a full workout. You don't just want to run. You want to work out your upper body, your lower body. So climbing, crawling, All sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like a place I should never go near.
Well, so a lot of people wake up in the morning with fantastic ideas, don't they?
Yeah.
And my ideas are always for new obstacles. So
Yeah.
I have a piece of paper by my bed, and I have to get up and sketch obstacles. That's what I wake up with.
Okay, have you got a favourite obstacle?
I like the slides because sliding down stuff, sliding the speed, the water, that's good. But we have a variety. So if I had to name one, slides, I think. Well, when we're building the course and dreaming up these obstacles, what I have in my mind is that I want most people to be able to complete most obstacles on their own. So there will be some obstacles that the more able runners will zip over in no time at all. There will be some obstacles that people cannot do on their own. But that's kind of part of the team spirit, you know?
Yeah.
We have a lot of teams do it, from charities, boot camps, gyms, just groups of friends who want to come out and have fun. And it certainly is easier if you do it. Bring a friend, it makes it a lot easier.
So what time do you start it at in the evening one?
The evening one, it will be about half an hour after dusk, so about 7:30 in October. Basically, as soon as it's truly dark, we will start. And we set people off for the night run. We set people off in very small groups, 10 to 15 people, so that when you are running with your head torch, you will truly be running in the dark. So that kind of adds to the atmosphere. During the day, we set off bigger groups, but still, you spread out, and so you'll be running with your mates, hopefully having a good time.
Wonderful stuff. How do people get to know more about it?
They hear me on the radio.
Yeah.
We have a website, obviously, which is www.reaperevents.co.uk. We're also on Twitter at Reaper Events, and on Facebook. And on Facebook, if you were to search Reaper Extreme Running, you would find us. There's also a link to our Facebook page on the website.
Because each course is different, you can't have somebody wants to beat the time the next time you have a Reaper race.
I think that's absolutely true. I think we like to keep it fresh, and with this sort of course anyway, even if we built the same course, because the conditions will be different. You could run the same course and you could try and beat your time, but just come and have the variety, I think.
Okay. Are there Reaper champions out there? Are there people who just absolutely adore this? The muddier, the higher, the faster?
Absolutely. Obstacle course runners love mud.
Do they?
They love getting dirty. They love getting tired.
No good for Luke. He doesn't get his hands dirty.
No, I can see a lot of head shaking there, Luke.
Yeah.
No, he's not liking it. But, I think one lesson taught to us by the Reaper is that life is short. So make the most of it, live every day to the full. And the Reaper is about rising to the challenge. It's about pushing yourself, maybe to uncomfortable places, either physically or mentally. And it's about winning. It's about the glow that you get inside from success. And getting to the end of the course is what it's all about. And we deliberately don't call it a race. It's not a race, it's a challenge. And it's a challenge for you. It might be physically to get to the end. It might be to get your group to the end. It might be a charity motivation for you. There's one person that springs to mind, actually, who she came along and she was a marshal for us at one event, and this lady was in her 40s, she hadn't since leaving school done any exercise, and she said, I'm coming back and I'm doing the next event. And so she went out, she trained, she got herself fit, she did it for charity, she came along with about 30 friends, and she got to the end, and the sort of sense of elation for her getting to the end was absolutely amazing. And to me, from a sort of psychological aspect, that is the most satisfying thing about the Reaper. Seeing people just turn their life around, turn their fitness around, doing some great work for charity as well, and just having a fantastic time.
Thank you so much for joining me. Just remind us again, anybody interested, you endurance racers out there, and it takes place in, just outside of Coventry, not far up the road. What's the official name of it again? It's the
Heart of England Conference and Events Centre, which is in Meriden.
Yeah.
Our next event is Saturday the 18th of October. There'll be an afternoon run kicking off about 2 p.m. and then the evening run will kick off about 7:30.
Okay.
So our website is www.reaperevents.co.uk. Our Twitter is @reaperevents, and to find us on Facebook, either follow the link from the website, or if you search Reaper Extreme Running on Facebook.
Fantastic. So the mud that you're going to create for this race, is it in the lake or out of the lake?
No,
or?
the mud, I don't know if you know that well, the Heart of England, but they've got a 4x4 and also a tank track and quad biking tracks.
Yes.
So you can imagine those vehicles churn up the ground a little bit. So we tend to use that as our mud pool, shall we say.
Great venue for it. Well done, you. Chris Nicoll, thank you very much indeed. And Colin, your partner?
Colin Spafford, yes. Hopefully he'll be listening.
Cheers.
Thanks very much, Bob.
Cheers.
Cheers now.